La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Òdodo de irọ́ sálọ. Òdodo de irọ́ sálọ. Òdodo de irọ́ sálọ. Irọ́ ni láti parẹ́ ni.
The Ahmadiyya Muslim Community is a dynamic, fast-growing international revival movement within Islam. It was founded by Hadrat Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, peace be on him, in 1889. Based on divine revelations, Hadrat Ahmad, peace be on him, claimed to be the promised Messiah and Imam al-Mahdi for the Muslims of the latter days. Today, Ahmadiyya spans over 212 countries, nations and territories, with membership exceeding tens of millions. The Nigerian chapter of the community was formally established in 1916, when about 21 Nigerians pledged allegiance and joined the fold of the community.
It was through the work of the Promised Messiah, which was the review of religion, that was spread all over the world. And our people in Nigeria also got hold of copies of those review of religion, and then they started reading it. And through that, they made contact with the head office in Kodean, and then they were able to, sign the bayat from here, at least the first batch.
The very, very prominent among them happen to be either educated, because in spite of all the problem that Muslims faced, not being able to have schools of their own, there were some few Muslims who advanced in education.
When the Jamaat was formed in 1960, they didn't understand much of Nizami Jamaat. When the Central Missionary came, he actually introduced them to the proper system of Ahmadiyya Jamaat.
In 1922, the then worldwide head of the community and Khalifatul Masih II, Hadrat Mirza Bashiruddin Mahmud Ahmad, radiyallahu anhu, sent the first expatriate missionary to Nigeria, in person of Maulana Abdul Rahim Nayyar Sahib. He came to Nigeria from Kodian, India, the then international headquarters of the community. His arrival brought about a great transformation to the Jamaat in Nigeria.
A large group of Muslims known as Al-Quran, they call them Al-Quran, those who believe strictly in Quran. One of them saw a vision that a white man came to Nigeria and he was a man of God and that they should follow him. So when Maulana Rahim Nayyar came, most of them just joined because they saw that vision.
Because they have had the prophecy, I call it prophecy because the leader of that group of Muslims had already foretold that that thing will happen, that white man who will be a Muslim will come, and that they should, once they see him, they should follow him.
I was sent from Ghana at some point to Nigeria through that correspondence, and immediately he came. He was extremely well received.
He first sought for where the central mosque was, and we were told that he led in Afla there. And among these people, one very prominent name I will say is Pa L.B. Augusto. He came out prominently among those who welcomed him. He was housed under the same Augusto.
Nayyar started the first primary school at Elegbata, Lagos.
He was able to establish the primary school through the discussion with the people. He was looking at it that only the Christians were running schools. And that the Muslims have no school was not actually a hidden issue. So he organized them and said, we have to be up and doing. We have to establish our own school.
And it didn't stay so long, because I understand it's either between 1922 and 24, or 1922, 23, just a spell of about 2 years. You see, he stayed, leaving the major implementation to his successor, Maulana F.R. Akin.
After Nayar Sahib's visit, succession of missionaries have served in Nigeria. They have all contributed to the progress of the Jamaat at their various times. Maulana Nasim Saifi Sahib was the Amir and missionary in charge of the Nigerian Jamaat between 1947 and 1964. Nasim Saifi Sahib was a professional journalist and a prolific writer who had great influence in the Nigerian media. During his regime, the first Muslim newspaper, The Truth, was started by the Nigerian Jamaat in the year 1951.
Maulana Nasim Saifi took over as Amir, Nigeria, after the former Amir left. That is the one who came at the footsteps of A.R. Nayar. He was also very highly respected in the education sector, that is in school and so on. And he was then able to establish more schools for the country. The government of the country recognized him. The journalists respected him. They gave him very good posts in their midst.
He was first of all the National Financial Secretary before he was elevated to the Vice President of the Nigerian Union of Journalists. He served creditably well during this period in charting a new course for Nigerian Union of Journalists. And during his period, an institution like Nigerian Institute of Journalism was established by the Nigerian Press Organization, NPO.
It was one Amir that actually impacted not only on the Jamaat in Nigeria, but on the Nigerian society. He was a gifted writer, a very powerful one for that matter, and a gifted poet. He was able to build solid respect for Islam and Muslims in the heart of the Nigerian media, which is Christian-dominated.
The Truth newspaper was a mouthpiece of Jamaat. As at that time, it was the only Muslim weekly newspaper of its type in the whole of West Africa. So it does not only serve Nigeria, it served the entire West Coast. And so it plays a dominant role in espousing, first, the values of Islam, and also explaining the position of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat.
खलीफा के हम हैं खलीफा हमारा वो दिल है हमारा आका हमारा 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 खलीफा हमारा वो दिल है हमारा आका हमारा.
By the grace of Allah, the Nigerian Jamaat had been blessed with visits of 3 of the supreme world leaders of the Jamaat, the Khulafa, during their different tenures, with each visit propelling the Nigerian Jamaat to new leaps and bounds. The first visit by a Khalifa was in 1970, when the third Khalifa of the community, Hadrat Mirza Nasir Ahmad, rahimahullah, visited Nigeria and was well received by the then head of state of Nigeria, General Yakubu Gowon. Mirza Nasir Ahmad, rahimahullah, also visited again in the year 1980. The fourth Khalifa, Hadrat Mirza Tahir Ahmad, rahimahullah, visited Nigeria in 1988 and blessed the country through a reception by the then military president, General Ibrahim Babangida. The fifth and present supreme head of the Ahmadiyya community has visited Nigeria on 2 different occasions. in the year 2004 and 2008 respectively.
The third Khalifa was in Nigeria twice. He came in 1970, he also came in 1980, and those two periods were, well recorded. So many dignitaries were met, and, it really boosted the image of the Jamaat in Nigeria.
In 1988, Ashrat Alvat Masih Rabiu, rahimahullah, also visited Nigeria. It's what widely accepted. Newspaper then Concord carried it, even magazines. Tell magazine in 1988 also carried an interview of Ashrat Alvat Masih Rabiu.
That visit was the manifestation of Allah in my own life, my personal life. At that time, the Khalifa, rahimahullah, came, and I was having some problems with my studies, and I personally requested that he should pray for me, and he did. He just, as usual, and he said Amen, and he went upstairs. I was one of the Khuddam manning the entrance of the mission house where he stayed. In the morning when he was coming out for Fajr, he just stopped and said, and asked, who asked me to pray last night? And I said I was the one. And he said, I just want to tell you that Allah has accepted it. So it marked the beginning of so many beautiful things in my life.
Our present Khalifa, our beloved Imam, Hazrat Mirza Masroor Ahmad Ayyadahullah Ta'ala bin Aziz, he visited Nigeria on two occasions, 2004 and 2008. Khalifa's visit to the country, it has impact on in different ways. Those Ahmadis who are actually, who have signed the Bayat and who have love with the Khalifa, they are the first to benefit from the visit. Even those who are not Ahmadis.
During the visits, Huzur visited several states in the country and met several personalities.
In order to remain a Muslim and become a true Muslim, one is required to have good conduct at all times, and one must tread along those ways that have been shown to us by the Holy Quran. So the first thing that you must remember is that Islam is the name of submission. If you like to be called a Muslim, then it is necessary to show total obedience.
The Jamaat has established several schools ranging from primary, secondary, and presently on the verge of establishing international university, proposed as the Minaret International University. Today, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Nigeria has a missionary training college that has produced over 200 missionaries, 7 in different parts of the country. Through the Madrasatul Hifz, Quran Memorization School, the Jamaat has also trained over 300 male Hufaz, memorizers of the Quran, while the female Hifz class session has successfully graduated over 50 female memorizers of the Quran.
In Nigeria, Hafiz class has been able to wipe out that misconception about Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat that we have another Quran, as they always make the propaganda. Our Hufaz, either from the female Hafiz class or from the male Hafiz class, goes to participate in competitions with non-Ahmadi counterparts in the whole country, and they come out with laurels.
Under the Blessed Nusrat Jahan scheme, Nigerian Jamaat has been at the forefront of alleviating the pains and sufferings of the Nigerian people by providing excellent state-of-the-art medical facilities through the establishment of 10 hospitals, clinics, and healthcare centers. Also, through charities offered by its humanitarian relief organizations, Humanity First and IAAE, the Jamaat is providing the most deprived communities in Nigeria with portable water and electricity through the installation of solar panels.
The contribution of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat to Islam in particular and national development in Nigeria at large cannot be overemphasized. Without equivocation, It was this great organization that blazed the trail for Muslim education in Nigeria and laid the foundation for the emergence of highly respected Muslim intellectuals and professionals who have made and are still making Nigeria proud with their enormous contributions to nation building and national development.
In 2016, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat Nigeria commemorated its centenary jubilee. Within 100 years, branches of the Jamaat had been established in more than 500 cities, towns, and villages in the country, cutting across about 80% of the 36 states that make up the Nigerian Federation. The Jamaat today has 592 established Jamaats, 1,500 mosques, and an estimated figure of over 200,000 members. May Allah the Almighty continue to help and strengthen the Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat of Nigeria and further lead it to greater heights. Ameen.